So in order to properly isolate the presentation tier from the data model, we introduce something that we call a use case controller. Okay, so let's make some space for it in our demo. So something we call use case controller. And this use case controller becomes a class on the boundary between the business tier and the presentation tier, because we want to be able to isolate graphical user interface from direct interaction with our business objects to the extent possible. So this would free up the ways to modify and evolve the graphical user interface without very little dependency on the business tier. And also, of course, one of the main reasons is to keep business objects independent from the graphical user interface. So right now, by doing our initial attempt to do all of this work, to do the evaluation and everything, so right now we have direct contact between the Lexer and the user form. So basically, this user interface form has direct access to the Lexer, which it's using for, essentially constructing it and then running the rule to evaluate the expression. So we need to modify this. We need to isolate this direct contact, and we'll try to use the idea of this use case controller. By the way, the idea of the use case is pretty much what we have on our screen. This is the main use case of our application, essentially ability to provide, to provide this interface to the user. So we already submitted the homework, which did not address the issue with the controller. It's perfectly fine. And I also wanted to do this demonstration without imposing even higher, abstractions related to any other architectural issues. But to be able to finalize it, I think it would be a nice idea to add a controller class to this application and make sure that it runs, everything runs as expected. All right. So basically, let me start by adding the new class, just a regular class, and I will call this controller. Controller homework 4. This is really just a controller for this entire application. So that's why I say window homework 4 and controller homework 4. Yes, go ahead, Dwayne. What's the?
I don't see that you're recording this section, and it seems critical.
Let me verify. No, I am recording it. It like this. In fact, let me try to stop it just to make sure.